I think that's gonna do it right there. I don't know how I'm gonna set this up right now. I'm having some technical difficulties. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. It's just been one of them days. California weather. You know, if you live out here, you know when it rains, ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it when it rains out here. So I've been caught up in traffic for a little while. So you know it's anyway. So tonight we're going to talk about Masons and the Greek fraternity, the Divine Nine, and that whole group. Or may I say, to sum it up a little bit better, we're going to talk about Brofest. You know, Brofest, or the how is it that the Masons become the father of them all? You've heard that. The Masons, the father of them all. So tonight's topic, tonight's show is going to be about that. We're going to talk about how did this even come to be? How did the Freemasons come to be the father of them all? Now, are we just talking about Black Masons, or are we talking about Freemasons as in bringing everybody under that umbrella? UGLE, everybody. So when you say that the Masons are the father of them all, are we just talking about that in regards to the Greek fraternity, Divine Nine? Or are we talking about all Greek fraternities, including the white ones? So we're just going to talk about that tonight. So tonight's number, if you want to call in and you want to talk about that, that's going to be 619-286-0642 is the number if you want to call in. And we're going to get right into that, because I believe a lot of people got that thing mixed up when they're talking about Freemasonry being the father of them all, especially when it comes to the Greek fraternities, be it Alpha Phi Alpha, be it Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, Beta Psi Phi, Theta, Sigma Rho, whatever, the deltas, the whole Divine Nine. When we say that Freemasonry is the father of them all, what are we really saying? What are we really saying? Because now, my personal opinion, and based on some facts and the conclusion, okay? Now, my opinion is that because of a lot of brothers who are part of the Greek fraternities, they like to say father of them all. The fact is that a lot of the founders for the various Greek organizations, be it Black Greek organization, even some of the white ones, were Masons. So is that where we come in with that? Is that how we come up with it? I see somebody put this the blueprint. You know, it's the blueprint. You know, so you know, how did we get here? Because there's some strange things be popping off. I mean, when you think about when you say the father of them all, because I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. You may see it that I need some help with this. So if you want to call in tonight, if you're a member of any of the Divine Nine or 10 or 11, because there are some Greek fraternities that are out there that are Black that are not a part of the Divine Nine. So if you're a part of any of the Greek fraternities out there, or any of the historical Black colleges, HUBCs, please call in tonight at 619-286-0642. And we're going to get down with this. We're going to really open that box up and see where did this come from, to see how all of this ties together, because I've seen on jackets, we pledge hard. We pledge hard. You can't tie Freemasonry into the Greeks. Because when you're talking about the Greek fraternities on college campuses, that's for boys. No disrespect to them, but that is for boys. You have not yet matured. And when you're pledging them Greek fraternities on colleges, you have not yet matured. You haven't. I mean, I pledged, and I can say that, you know, speaking for myself. No, you have not yet matured, because when you become a Mason, that's a whole nother journey. See, that's a manhood journey. Now, granted, I understand the frats. You know how you get down. You got 7 weeks online. Some of them, some might do a little longer, but you got a minimum of 7 weeks, 6 weeks online, okay? So then you got that last week, which is called Hell Week. You know how you get down with Hell Week, and then you got to go over. So that's gravy. That's great. You know, you got the step shows, you got the Greek parties, you got the whole genre of what takes place when you are pledging, and it's a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing. Let me tell you, if you're in college, historical black colleges, ain't nothing wrong with joining one of the Greeks on campuses. There's not. You know, I know, when I was in school, we in a line, we going down, we doing our thing. And yeah, there's some we get a little rowdy, with each other, you Omega, you Alpha, you Kappa, you Beta, you Sigma. Yeah, we get in our ends, but it doesn't never break down to fighting. Now I ain't never said that it hasn't. I just say that it shouldn't. Now if you went to a historical black college and you pledged one of the Greek fraternities, there's a strong possibility that there may have been some fighting on that in regards to the Greeks. It is what it is. It's just what happens occasionally, but it is nothing that when you become older and you are part of the Greeks, you don't do that no more. You just only fantasize about the time you used to step and how good you were when you stepped. That's all, So we're going to talk about that tonight. So we're going to get on in it. And I'm hoping that anybody that's coming on wants to join in. I'm talking about even some of them sisters, them deltas, them sigma tau upsilons. And if you're a sister of a sorority and you want to get in on some of this, you can get in too. That's also for my Eastern Star sisters. This platform is open and we're willing to talk about it. We're going to talk about that Brofest. Now, from what I gather in regards to the Brofest, they don't have it anymore. Or if they have it, it is not being out there like it once was. I mean, because there was a time Brofest, from what I gather, used to have about 1,000 people coming, maybe even more, from what I gather. And edicts went out a few years ago, and told the Prince Hall brothers, if you show up, you may get suspended, you may get expelled. And I don't understand that. I don't understand a gathering of brothers and sisters. How is that detrimental to your Grand Lodge? Now, granted, there are many of them out there who are Shriners, so they camel walking, and everybody wants to join in. Even those who are not, they want to join in. It is really in my own, it's a big party. Let's just say what it is. It's a big party. Brofest is a big party for all of the Greeks and Masons to come together and enjoy and fellowship. That's what I found it to be. Now, if anybody want to correct me on something that's different, you're certainly welcome to do so. But from what I've found out from talking to various people in regards to it, that's what it is. Greetings, everybody coming up on this show. Brother Phil Jackson, New Era King, Brooklyn in the house. Definitely, I appreciate you coming in tonight. I know it's kind of late on the East Coast, so I appreciate you. But, that weather, when it rains in California, it's just like snow on the East Coast. When it rains in Southern California, because it doesn't rain in Southern California, it's just like snow on the East Coast. So I'm just saying, welcome aboard tonight. I appreciate you coming on. And tonight we're talking about Brofest. We're talking about Masons and the Greeks. How did the Freemason become the father of them all? How did we even get involved with pledging? You've seen it. We pledge harder. No. So we're gonna break this down tonight, and we're gonna get right into it. So if you want to call in tonight line, that number is open right now, 619-286-0642. And I'm hoping that if you have pledged any of the Greek fraternities, please give me a call so we can have that conversation in regards to that and see exactly what's going on between the Masons and the Greeks and why we say father of them all. So, just coming on, welcome Brandon Lewis. I appreciate you coming on. Hasim, appreciate you coming on. All of my brothers, PHA, PHO, International, Modern, Free, John G. Jones. You call it, you label it, you name it. Welcome aboard. The sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star, Harris and Jericho, Daughters of Sphinx, Daughters of Isis, welcome aboard. Whatever you may want to get in and call it in, hey, welcome aboard tonight. So we're gonna jump right into it. And as I've already said, for those of you who don't know, Brofest is an activity where various brothers from various jurisdictions, along with the Greeks, come together and have a great time. Now, from what I'm understanding, this started all in Mississippi. Somebody hit me back and let me know if I'm wrong with that. Did this all start in Mississippi? Did Brofest start in Mississippi? Hattiesburg, Mississippi, someone up in there, Jackson, Yazoo, somebody call it and let me know. Oh, your grandmaster's a noob, huh? All right. So can somebody tell me, where did this Brofest start? Did it start in Jackson, Mississippi? Hattiesburg. So are they still having Brofest? Are they still having Brofest? Can anybody vouch and say whether they still having Brofest or not? Because the last time I seen anything on Brofest was 2017. 2017 is the last time I can recall that Brofest have come up. So if anybody want to enlighten me on that, I certainly would appreciate it. Not right now. So if you want to hit me up on it, I'm here. 619-286-0642 is the number. And at this Brofest, about 6 years ago at Brofest, I see they was getting down with the camel walk. There was brothers from all jurisdictions that was there. What's the Omega Fest is? okay, Omega Fest, huh? All right, so the brother says, yo, I'm nervous to call in. Brother Adams, just give a call, bruh. Just give a call. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Just give a call, bruh. If you pledged any of the Greek fraternities and now you're a Mason, you can elaborate a little bit more on Brofest if you've ever gone. I know some years ago they used to have Freaknik, down in Florida, but they're not having that no more unless it's went underground and maybe they're holding it somewhere else. So if you know anything about Freaknik, hit me up with that too. So, we're just trying to really see where this is at, because the same energy that we put into the various Greek organizations should be the same energy we put into our Masonic organization, and excluding, the drinking. I mean, because even in Freemasonry, as well as I know, there is that, oh, you brothers like to drink a lot sort of attitude, and that's not necessarily so. Now, where did all this pop off at? I couldn't tell you. But this is what they like to say in regards to Freemasonry. You guys like to drink a lot, you like to party a lot, you like to do this. And that's not necessarily true. So sometimes this is what comes up. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Driven, don't be scared. No, call in. I mean, just give a call and we can make it happen. You said I went to Oak Grove High in Hattiesburg. All right. So we got some Mississippi folks in the house tonight. So look, once again, that number is 619-286-0642. And we're talking about Brofest. Where did it all pop off at? And is it still going on? Is Brofest still happening today? Can somebody tell me about that? Is Brofest still happening today? And also, are Prince Hall Masons allowed to go to Brofest? Now, from what I understand, that they're not. They're not allowed to go to Brofest. They're not allowed to go to Brofest. Come on. Somebody talk to me now. 619-286-0642. Don't be scared to call in tonight. I know it's kind of late on the East Coast side, but I appreciate you screaming in. I appreciate you coming in. And so we can get this thing going. Now, also, we know that the Freemasons and Greeks are very close in having their own secrecies about how they recognize each other, their own signs. Even when they're stranded on the road, they got their own way of flagging down other Greeks, Hello. Hey, you're breaking up. Talk to me. You all right?
Jackson down in Hattiesburg.
Say what now?
This brother Phil Jackson down in Hattiesburg. How you doing?
I'm all right, bro. You know what? I'm gonna give you another number to call me at because I'm having some difficulties with this phone line right here. Seems as if. Can you give me a call at 619?
Huh?
Go ahead. Say something again.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I can hear you better now.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna give you another number. I can hear you better now. So talk to me.
Man, let me tell you. When I first come to the organization, they was having Brofest, and it's a week-long activity. I don't know where the wires get twisted at, man, but we have a wonderful, wonderful time, man. Um, they have the activities during the week. Monday is like bowling.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday is something else. They'll have a barbecue, and then they'll have a community service
Mm-hmm.
event where everybody do. And everybody, you get a lot of wires crossed when you start mixing alcohol and talking about pulling traveling cards and dues cards.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a lot of these brothers, man, they don't know. They ain't been to a meeting since they was made, but they and they get out there. They a whole fella crab without their camel walking. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But a lot of these guys, man, they that's what they live for. You don't see them until Brofest, man. You know, they're at every event through the week. I know some guys, they take off work that whole week, man, so they can make it. And it's fun. I used to go to them when I first got in, man. And
Mm-hmm.
the parties on Saturday night, man, Friday and Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll all wind up with a church service on Sunday morning.
Yeah, you know, we African Americans got to go to church.
You got to go.
Got to go to church, bro. Got to go to church.
Yeah.
So hearing your experience with Brofest, and I've been looking it up now. They go all the way back to. They said 2017 they were celebrating their 25 year of hosting and doing Brofest there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But what I found is that a couple of brothers hit me up and said, "Hey, you know what? It doesn't go down like that anymore." And I'm just trying to find out why doesn't it go down like that anymore, and why was the Prince Hall brothers banned from even attending Brufest?
It wasn't the Prince Hall. That's the information was wrong.
Okay.
It was the Four Letter Brothers that was. We had a different Grand Master at the time who was probably maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. He was really pushing the issue of some sort of disciplinary action if brothers were caught on Facebook or were at these events.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Hall brothers were the ones who were throwing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so and you know, all of us down here, man, we get along real good. And so we had a lot of brothers like, well, you know, nobody don't tell me what to do, and they don't tell me what to do. So
Mm-hmm.
that Grand Master, he was a good brother, loved to death, man. He you know, when he went out, that went out with him because we haven't had a Grand Master since then who's really enforced that or have said anything about it. He was the last one to even say anything about it. You know?
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So
that was you had the brothers that were the Four Letter Brothers that were told that we shouldn't be participating in any of those functions.
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You had a brother of the ancient free and accepted Mason was told that they shouldn't be there or that y'all shouldn't be hanging out.
That we shouldn't be there. A lot of they said unmasonic conduct. I mean, we would go down to Paul B. Johnson. I don't know if you ever heard of that, man. It's it's a state lake, man, and a lot of times, you know, the community they have a big fireworks show there
Mm-hmm.
for 4th of July, New Year's, or whatever. But it's big enough to hold that capacity because you have people that come from states and states over for that.
Really?
Yeah, man. You have people like this, thousands of people.
So
Protest, man.
did it ever get out of hand or what?
Back before I came in, I was told back in the late '90s, early 2000s, you had a lot of these guys who were not so much Greek, but you had some of these guys that were vice lords or they was disciples, and they were coming up with their own thing because they got some kind of way. The Prince Hall brothers got kicked off the yard in USM, from my understanding. This was years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then a lot of those guys, a lot of those Qs, no, I'm sorry, let me back it up. The Qs were kicked off the yard at USM years ago, and a lot of those brothers became Masons.
Okay.
Then once they did that, they came up with their own thing because we have Q Delta week big down here too. It's I forgot. I want to say it's 3 days again down here,
Mm-hmm.
and we have people from all over come and support that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have, I was saying these, but we have a lot of um, guys who grew up in gang affiliate, who gotten older
Mm-hmm.
and still have that kind of concept. Like, hey man, you out here, you not on the square. Let me see your card. And then if I'm a grown man and I'm out here having me a drink with
Mm-hmm.
friends and somebody tell me and I tell you, hey, I'm off.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're gonna charge me again with that? Now you got a problem. We're not talking about anything Masonic. Now you charging me as a man.
Right. Right.
On it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that got out of hand years ago, but I haven't heard anything in a long, long time about anything getting out of hand at Brofest, man.
Okay.
Brothers that are vendors, man, and they cook, man, and they sell shirts, and and we have a good time when we go out, man. But I haven't been to one in years and years, but
So are they still having Brofest?
they still have them, man. I seen something on Facebook saying that they're planning, they're going to start selling passes. You can buy a week-long pass, man.
Damn.
Yeah, so everything that they have, and you'll be able to, go to all of the functions and activities and won't have to pay anything. Well, at least the admission part. Yeah.
So are they trying to separate themselves and make sure that they don't have what I would consider those individuals who will be shit starters as far as being in gangs with a gang mentality coming?
Right, but see, that was back then, man. Late '90s, early 2000s, man.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that are putting it on right now, man, are some good level-headed bros, man, and
Okay.
really, really good guys, man. They're born and raised here in Hattiesburg. They're people of the city, man. Like like they're born and raised, went to high school here, man. They work here for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. A lot of guys he's a fireman for the city, and one of them he works. He does something with the I don't know. Anyway, works for the city, but they're people from here. They're natives of Hattiesburg, man, and then everybody get along good now, man. I'm sure there's some other stuff going, but it haven't been nothing brought to a big limelight.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, when that whole information about the Prince Hall brothers, man, they're the ones that's throwing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And but they're good guys down here, man. But I haven't heard any kind of friction, or anything in years and years, man.
Okay. And the reason I said that is because I've often seen this where it says that we pledge harder, but it's the Masons who say that. Now, and I say that the Greeks, when I think of fraternities, I think of college fraternities for the most part, especially when you're talking about the Greeks on the historical black colleges. But when I think of Masons, I think of individuals transcending from that, going into what I would call manhood. That's what I would call. Hold on just a second for me.
Come on, let's get that. I gotta get back to work.
All right, go ahead. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Hello, you calling in?
How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, I was listening to the subject what you were saying about fraternities and Freemasons.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Let's see what I got. Let me clear this out. Hey, you want to call in on 619-286-0642. Yeah, you can call that line right now. Okay, all right. I'm back at you. Somebody was trying to call me that had my personal cell phone number, which I've given out too much. I don't think I need to get that number out no more. But definitely my laptop slipped down. But definitely we are going to talk about that tonight. About the idea that we pledge harder. Masons do not pledge. Okay, let's have an understanding of that. Masons do not pledge. They don't. They don't pledge. I don't know really where it actually comes from, but my speculations, it came from those who have gone through the Greek fraternities. When they became Masons, they figured they'd add some of that juice. You know what I mean? And they have. And some, I've gone to some initiations that wasn't in my jurisdiction. I'm like, that brother ain't gonna make it. That brother isn't going to make it. That I've said it. Hold on again. Put that number back up there for me, brother Terrell. 619-286-0642 is the number to call in if you want to call in tonight and talk about the Greek fraternities and Freemasons. That number again is 619-286-0642. I'm just trying to get this on board right now because I got people texting me wanting to know, hey, what's the call in number? So we just trying to get in tonight. If anybody want to call in, you want to talk about it, let's do it. And I'm going to say it again. Masons do not pledge. You are initiated. You pledge when you're in college. That is one of the biggest differences. Another thing is that when you're going from the Greeks fraternities into Freemasonry, you are going into a organization of men versus young men. Young men, when I say young men, I'm talking those like in their late teens, 1920s, early 20s, 23, but when you have made your mind up to become a Mason and you are 21, 22, depends on the jurisdiction. When you have done that, it's a beautiful thing. Hello.
Hey, hey, how you doing? Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying about the Black Greek fraternities and Freemasonry.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I was going to college years ago, well, many moons ago, I was pledging Omega Psi Phi.
Okay.
But I didn't cross over the burning sands. I dropped line.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the the main founders was Love and Coleman. Both of them was chaplains in World War I and World War II.
Mm-hmm.
They was Prince Hall Freemasons. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of your Black Greek fraternities are Prince Hall Masons. Your Sigma Phi Phi Beta,
Mm-hmm.
Kappa Alpha Psi,
Mm-hmm.
Sigma Pi Phi, which is the Mole,
Mm-hmm.
and the Sigma Phi Phi,
Mm-hmm.
the father of all Black fraternities. Because they use the hieroglyphics.
You said Alpha Phi Alpha?
First ones that started.
You said Alpha Phi Alpha is the father of all Black Greek fraternities?
No, Sigma Pi Phi.
Oh, Sigma.
Boule. It's the
Yeah. Okay.
what you call equivalent skull and bones. They are the first Black Black fraternity organization.
Okay.
Greeks.
Okay.
So they are the father of all Black fraternities, well, sororities.
Mm-hmm.
They was here first.
Okay. So where do the term father them all play a part in Freemasonry? Because I've seen the Freemason shirts. You have this gentleman, you have the compass and square, and it says father them all over that, and then it has the divine nine up under that.
Well, from what I was told is, and Prince Hall is the father of all Black fraternities.
Mm-hmm.
And you get, the OS is the mother of all sororities within the Black, divine nine.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you believe that we can, for those who are Masons, believe they're more Greek because they say that? I mean, because I see it differently. I would definitely want to separate myself as a Mason from the Greek fraternities, because when you become a Mason or a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, it is for adults. But you enter into
when you pledge a fraternity or a woman, well, a young lady pledges to a sorority,
mm-hmm.
it's totally different.
Okay.
It's a big difference because when you're in college, you do pranks and kid stuff. Once you join a fraternal, a fraternity organization and a sorority organization,
mm-hmm.
you do silly stuff, and there's nature.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get out of college and you decide to join the Masonic organization or a woman join petitions to the Eastern Star, but you in a whole another ball game.
Mm-hmm.
It says in the Bible to leave all childish things behind.
Mm-hmm.
You joining a grown man or a grown woman's organization. It's not the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
You in something totally different. You know. So
Okay.
that's the difference.
Okay, so that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm asking somebody now, could they look up the boule and give me some information on the boule? Now I've heard of the boule. I have never really done any hardcore research on them. I've just heard of them. But I would like for
talking
someone.
about William McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. He was from Philadelphia. He was a medical doctor. A couple founders. Well, I believe one was a dentist. A couple of them was doctors.
Mm-hmm.
To be in something like that, you had to have a college education, high caliber within your community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be the cream of the daylight crop.
Okay.
You know, they're just not gonna take anybody like the Masonic Order or the Eastern Star. You got to have a college education.
So what I'm finding out now is that the boule. Okay, so the boule, the Grand Boule, also known as the boule, is the national, like you said, the national first Greek letter fraternity founded by African American men. The Sigma Phi Sigma fraternity is best known as the boule, a Greek term meaning council of noble men. So are we talking about the Sigma Phi Sigma is the first boule fraternity? Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, non-Greek.
Oh, okay. Non-Greek. Okay.
Right. So they don't do no stepping. I mean, they do have letters and stuff, but they don't do the marching cadence or stepping like your black fraternity or
Right.
fraternities or sororities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the Prince Humphrey Masons or the Eastern Star. You know, they don't do the Greek stepping or you know, for the fraternal order as well as the Eastern Stars. And that's some do, but you don't see that rarely.
Interesting. I just find that now you open up another wormhole for me to even go and look at, and that's the boule.
Yeah,
Council of Noblemen.
Basically, the equivalent of skull and bones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they nationwide. You know, they got chapters throughout the United States. I believe their headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Atlanta. Oh, so there's a chapter in Atlanta also?
No, the headquarters, the grand chapter.
Oh, really?
It's in Atlanta, Georgia. It's nationwide throughout the United States. It's one here in Chicago, one in Philadelphia, one in Atlanta, Georgia, one in California. They
Now I have some friends who are Greek who are part of Phi Beta Sigma. Are they considered boule?
No.
Oh, okay.
Phi Beta Sigma was founded by 3 Prince Masons. Like they started at KSU, Deaf Chapter, Kansas State.
Mm-hmm.
No, they not boule.
Oh, okay. All right. Illuminati Light said that many PHA are good guys, but many are also arrogant and not confident. The former usually gets knocked out, dragged out by our security team. Sad but true. Wow.
No, I can't say that because not every person Mason is arrogant as well as the Eastern Star. There are some that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Person Masons as well as Eastern Stars, and then there are some that are arrogant. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie that. You know,
Okay.
it is what it is.
Okay, I see Masonic Q.
Some of the Black AFM and Eastern Stars, there's arrogant. So you know, either way, you can't say one is not, is arrogant, but the other one ain't.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't say that. But everybody is arrogant in their own way. I
Right.
don't care how you put it,
Mm-hmm.
how you stick your thumb in the pudding. We all arrogant in our own
We are.
way.
We are. I see Masana Q357 says most of the founders of all the Divine Nine Greeks were Masons before they founded the Greek fraternities. That's why they say father. That's why they say Masonry is the father of them all. Okay. All right. All right.
Oh, and then also, I'm going to blow your mind. Now, I know you heard of the Black Elks.
Mm-hmm.
I was a former member of the Improved Benevolent Protector Order Elks of the World.
Okay.
Found that members was Person Masons from Ohio.
Okay.
One from Alabama, I believe, one from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And they was Person Masons and stuff. And once you get into the Elkdom for the blacks, it's a little bit Masonic.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. The Elks has a close tie to the African American community. They have a very strong tie, and that's what kills me, because I know Elks brothers who are Prince Hall and Ancient Free and Accepted Masons. When you go to these big conferences, as the Elks does have, how do you fellowship? Do you just say, okay, we're Elks now, so everything is cool, or I don't know. I'm trying to get a better understanding myself, because I've said that at one time I was going to become a member of the Elks.
Well, when you mean like when you become an elk?
Right.
Well, you still a brother. Well, in the black Elkdom lodges,
Mm-hmm.
you call your brothers in the elk lodges brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You call the sisters with the daughters of the elks sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not no longer affiliated with the Black Elks. I'm with the Benevolent Protector Order Elks of the United States of America. I'm with the white counterpart.
Okay. Okay.
But the only thing different is for the white elks, there is no Masonic ties. It's just strictly elk.
Okay.
But we do allow women in our elk lodges, where the black elks, they don't do that.
They have sisters.
The black elks had their lodges, and the sisters had their temples.
So.
Can a woman for the black elks could sit in the lodge with a black elk?
Oh, but they can with a white elk.
No. Now I'm talking about the black elks. The daughters for the elks for the black counterpart, they can't sit in their brother lodge.
Okay.
And do that. Only high-ranking officer
Mm-hmm.
in the women's court. I mean not court, but temple.
Okay.
For the black elks, but for the white counterpart, we can have women sit on our lodges. Because my lodge in Illinois, we have women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By me being a second African American black in my lodge,
Mm-hmm.
it's totally different from the black counterpart. Because how it started was when Arthur J. Riggs, he was a Pullman, and the other founder, I can't think of his name, they started Alpha Lodge number 1,
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, Ohio, which is still operation to this day.
Okay.
They found the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
and basically they took it,
Mm-hmm.
and they took it to the United States Library of Congress. They patterned it.
Hmm.
And after the white elks found out, they tried to put an injunction on them and sue them.
Okay.
But it didn't work. So the judge told the white elks that the black elks could name their organization after a buffalo, a deer,
Mm-hmm.
fish, or whatever. So they just changed the name from BPOE
Mm-hmm.
to the Improved Benevolent Protector Order of the Elks of the World.
Oh, okay. So do the white elks and black elks, do they ever meet?
Huh?
Do the white elks and black elks ever meet? Do they meet? Like a
No,
blood, like a Brofest or anything like that? Do they? I don't know, so I'm just asking.
no,
Okay, okay.
no. They had the Black Elks headquarters is in Wilson, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and our headquarters is in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
up north, the Grand Lodge.
Okay.
And the member for, the Grand Lodge ruler was Donald P. Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He's first home Mason from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He just stepped down after 20, 30 some years sitting in the Grand East for the Elks.
Okay. So
New Grand Lodge ruler.
so
I can't think of his name right now, but
so getting back to the original topic in regards to the Freemasons and the Greek fraternity, and we're talking about the Boule, which is a Greek fraternity, I imagine. Can one, after finishing college, become a member of the Boule? I mean, how does that? Do they pledge? What type of thing do they go through, or do you even know?
I don't know because I'm not a member.
Oh, okay.
But I can say you got to be college graduate. You got to have your college degree.
Okay.
It's just like any other fraternity or fraternal organization. They're gonna do a background check on you. They're gonna want to see your transcripts, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're gonna ask you the same questions like any other fraternal order or fraternity. They want to see what qualities can you bring to the table, or what can you do to improve the organization.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wait a minute, I see Nicholas Stevens
same.
posted a member must die before another one is initiated, to my knowledge. Really? Wow, okay, that's interesting. The White Elks, wait a minute. Damn, boy, y'all putting up. The White Elks and the Black Elks do not meet. Okay. And member must, okay. Wow. This is interesting. I have never met a Prince Hall Mason who was not entitled and self-centered. Wow. Boy, y'all on one tonight. Uh, and that's the thing about this. That's what I'm trying to really point out is that we as Masons must change our attitude toward each other. And regardless if you're Greek or regardless if you whatever your jurisdiction is, we have to change our attitude toward each other. Uh, and especially with the Brofest, from what I'm hearing, Brofest was a great thing or is a great thing, and it still happens today. I don't know. Does it? Hell, I like to go. I'm from Mississippi. I like to attend that just to see for myself, you know, uh, and really have my own experience and see what actually takes place. You know, I like what brothers are posting and saying about it, but it's nothing like going in places yourself and seeing for yourself, and that's for real.
No, I definitely enjoyed it when I used to go to Atlanta all the time doing Freaking back in the 90s. Boy, I had some good times.
Is that still going on, Freak Nick?
No, they banned that. They don't do that no more.
They should have took it to Vegas.
Yeah, a lot of stuff got buck wild back in Atlanta. So the last one was back in the 90s. I used to go every year.
Wow. I want to welcome Brother King Gilmore to the show tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. From South Carolina, Timothy Lodge, number 7, welcome aboard. Brother Nicholas Stevens, welcome aboard. Just everybody who's coming on, I just want to say I appreciate you tuning in. And definitely, we're talking. If you are a member of any of the Greek fraternities and want to tune in and want to have a comment, please, after we get through talking, you can call in 619-286-0642 is the number to call in tonight. I want to appreciate you calling in, brother. And I want to clear this line so I can have somebody else to call in. Unless you got something else you want to add to it, I'm open.
Well, that's mainly it. There's things, just find out what the Sigma Pi Phi is all about, and the history.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to find out what they do and stuff. But mainly to be a member,
mm-hmm.
You got to have your college degree or bachelor's.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. You have a good one, and we'll me and you gonna talk. So I'll holler at you.
Okay, Tony.
All right then. Later.
Oh, all right.
Okay, that line is now open, 619-286-0642. So we're talking about Masons, the Freemasons, and the Black Greek fraternities, the Divine Nine, or any other ones that may not be part of the Divine Nine. So we just want, if you got something you want to add to the show tonight, please give us a call. Because I don't know a whole lot about Brofest and how it came to be and what's going on with it now. I don't. So I'm looking to you who have experienced, who have gone, who have willing to share your experiences. And the text I got, and the brother just explained to me that Grand Master is no longer in charge right now, to where I want to say last year that they put the edicts out saying that if you are a Prince Hall brother, that you would be suspended if you showed up at Brofest. Now, whether that's still the same token or not, I don't know. But if you want to call into the show tonight, you're certainly welcome to do that. 619-286-0642 is the number. So please hit me up. Let me know what you think about Brofest and the Black Masons and the Greek fraternities. It's very interesting that somebody posted here just a little while ago that all of the predominantly African American Greek fraternities were founded by members who were already Masons at the time. And I do know that some of the Greek steps are in a African tradition. If you know anything about the African dance, you know that the Greek shows that we have is very tribal, and it has that atmosphere to it. And if you've gone to a historical black college, ain't nothing like a Greek show. That's for sure. Ain't nothing like a Greek show. You have to go to that. I mean, I want to get to Brofest, but if you haven't been to a Greek show, I would say you got to get to that. That's nice right there. So if anybody else want to hit me back, talk to me about it. I'm open. I need to know what's going on between the Black Masons and the Greek fraternities, and why do we feel that we pledge hard? We don't pledge. That's a fact. But why do we say that? Greek steps come out from a tribal war dance. All right. The Boule are sellouts. Why do you feel that the Boule King Musa? Why do you feel that the Boule is a sellout? I don't know much about the Boule, and I see it keep popping up. But why do you feel the Boule is a sellout? William Wright, you backing that up? Somebody got to tell me, why do you feel that the Boule is a sellout? You know? Oh, my pledge process was 7 weeks, bro. 7 weeks. I still got my brick. And I still got my paddle. Oh yeah. Could I ever do anything like that again? If I was that age. But you talking about now? Nah, no. No. That was an experience, a bond with some brothers that I will never exchange. I mean, it was just that time in life for me. When I pledged, it was great. I mean, being on the yard, hanging out, got the sisters, the whole thing, man. It's an experience. I mean, it was just that time in life for me where I did the thing. I had a ball. I did. Hell Week was a week. That was funny. It's funny now, but at that time, I was mad for a whole week. I don't even know how I got through college with that. But you know what? When you get through it and you go over that night, it's great. It's great. No, I'm not Omega Psi Phi. I'm going to clear the air on that. I'm not a member of Omega Psi Phi at all. Now, quite a few of them are my friends, and I've gone to quite a few of their events here in San Diego, just as I've gone to quite a few events of Phi Beta Sigma here in San Diego. And Kappa doesn't do too much here in San Diego. And Alphas and let me see. Alphas, Omegas, and Sigmas are the most active Greek fraternities here in San Diego. The Kappas don't do a whole lot. They participate in some events, but they don't really put on their own events. and there's very few Greek shows here in Southern California, especially in San Diego. We don't know. Nope. What frat did I pledge? Oh, you want to know that? Hold on just a second. Hello. What's going on?
What's going on, my brother?
Not much. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, I was reading and hearing some of the brothers state about the how brothers get knocked out and dragged out by security and everything that our friends saw Masons.
Uh-huh.
See, that's why when I put that post Monday, what's the difference? Who's better, the Black Masons or the Black Greek fraternity?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, like you said, you brought up the points about the violence, the fight and everything, right?
Uh-huh.
And the brothers brought up the fact about, like you said, the father of all.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that graphic art, and I seen another graphic art with the Divine Nine, with the brother in the black suit giving instructions.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Now, I read it somewhere. I forgot where I read it. I wish I knew who wrote it, right? But there's a saying out. In order for a boy to be a man, he must first see a man.
Right.
Because, see, like you, in 86, I didn't go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Navy first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I seen that weather out there in California. Boy, when it rained like a... Oh, my goodness, it rained out there when I was out there that year. Okay?
See, rain, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't, we have a rainy season, you know.
Yeah, I was out there. I remember that rainy season because it rained I think it rained all month that one year I was down there. My first year out there.
Uh-huh. When was you out here in Southern California?
86 to 89. I was in Long Beach.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I will agree because I was out here in 86.
Yeah, I witnessed that rainstorm because we had to work in that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, like I was saying, see, like now, when you look at it, see, the brothers talk about how arrogant Prince Hall Brothers is. See,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, and now you brought that point before I could say it, right? Because see, like when they got there, when you get to college, he was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
When you joined the fraternity, you was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you was about 17, 18, or 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And like now, in certain states, you got to be 21 years old to come into the lodge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you said, black boys,
Mm-hmm.
watch and emulate black men.
Right.
Let me go back and say it again. Black males, black
Mhm.
boys, watch and emulate black males.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now, we watch the black man and we watch the black male. Then we take the see, we watch who we going to fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? Because you see what the man doing, you're going to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like what the man doing, if you like that black male doing, you're going to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So like now, if they see us in the college fraternities arguing over paperwork or irregularity, like you said in Monday's lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
They watching us fight over foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
They fight over stupidity because, like the Monday discussion we had Monday. When I told you about that incident with the teenagers,
Right.
okay? It was a step. So I forgot what auxiliary group they belonged to and everything. It was a long time ago now. But see, one of those kids was killed. He was shot and killed. Alright? When that boy said, "Mom, Dad, I want to join that fraternity," for the school youth group, right?
Mm-hmm.
They was proud. How can it be now that they had to bury their son some years ago and probably still mourning that boy? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna say now my son was with that that decent esteemed program, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they see them, that's that damn group that got my son killed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said now, are we better than the Greek fraternities? Because see what they posting now about how we knock each other out,
Uh-huh.
and how arrogant, how we finance, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
What's changed? Nothing's changed. Because see, now that we're men, and we watching. Now see, the thing is, I don't know where it came from about our sons. How we became the father of all.
Mm-hmm.
But as a father of all, our sons are watching us.
Uh-huh.
They're watching us argue over foolishness, like I said before, but they fight over stupidity.
Right.
That shows everything. I'm glad to hear that they're not going through that no more. But like I said, I never witnessed that. But to hear about this kid here in Buffalo, New York, when that kid was killed
Mm-hmm.
because of the auxiliary, over a step show.
Mm-hmm.
when I made the other post on that one kid, I forget his name, and he said, how can you compare ancient group against these groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember what you said about looking these words up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it brought recognition to my life from one of my past brothers who died some years ago, you know what I'm saying, right? Which was Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
They told us, when you see these words you don't know, look them up. So I looked up the word ancient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ancient, belonging to the very distant past and no longer in existence.
Right.
So therefore, and part of our obligation, it says ancient Freemasonry.
Uh-huh.
You're from ancient free and accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the ancients before they grew, UGLE, right?
Right.
Now, it says, in one part of the initiation, part of the definition I was reading, it says, end of the known of the Western Roman Empire, which was in 476 CE. So everything prior to 476 CE is considered ancient times. So therefore, when was the ancient, let's say Grand Lodge?
When was the what now?
The ancient, the ancient, let me see, Grand Lodge of Ancients, Freedom of the Masons,
Uh-huh.
1736.
Okay.
The Union Grand Lodge of England was established on December 27, 1813.
Okay.
Remember, go back, it says, end of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE.
Mm-hmm.
There is no ancient Freemasonry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So see right there, ancient, belonging to the very distant past and no longer in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that last part again. No longer in existence.
Okay.
So now, I'm sure that one kid, I forgot the brother's name. Somebody will probably, post up some information, disagreeing, which I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we're here for, to discuss this, have that conversation. But see, the thing is, like, when you see the brothers with their square compasses on, arguing with another brother because, like, they got that key under the bottom because of internationals, and you got the, Greeks, I don't know, like I said, I'm not familiar with the Greek organizations. I read some of the history, and it was nice history, I'm just really disappointed that they hear what I've been hearing, because I was watching TV one day some years ago, and one of our noble scholars, John Henry Clark, and some other scholars,
Mm-hmm.
they was on a black campus. They was on a college campus one day.
I remember that. I seen that.
And they said the saddest thing that he saw was two black fraternities fighting over a step show.
Okay.
A step show, my brother.
Well, you know what? I seen that video with our brother Clark, and he gave that statement. But we can sit here and debate the fact that black Greek fraternities, they have the scuffles on campus, but also when you look at that, you look at what happened between the PHA and Ancient Free and Accepted Masons. Look how at times they go at each other. The process is, when do we realize that we are men and not boys?
Exactly. Like I said in one statement, one post I put up there, right? Is all our grand lodges, they come together, okay? We can come together and put our heads together. The power that we can have in our communities, in our states, our this whole country, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we got to come together. That's the thing. We can't come together because, like you said before, we don't do this to the white Mason. We do it to each other. And that's the sad part about it. We cannot come together as one. And I don't know when that's going to ever change. I hope it changes sometime in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But until we can come together and sit down at the table, because see, now that you got your clout in your Grand Lodge, right?
Uh-huh.
And again, you got some friends in other Grand Lodges, right?
Uh-huh.
I ask you to reach out to everybody you can and see if you can, get the Grand Master to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the year I came into St. John's Lodge number 16 in Buffalo, New York, was the same year when the New York State Grand Lodge of Masons in New York
Mm-hmm.
came to our Grand Lodge session and said they recognize us.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Now, my biggest problem is, when are we going to recognize brothers that look like us?
Well, you know what? That's not a question for the Ancient Free and Accepted Mason. I can say that. That's not a question for us. And I'm not speaking for all, but for the many that I do know, for the grandmasters I do personally talk to, that's not a question for us. That's a question for my brothers, grandmasters who are part of Prince Hall Grand Lodge. Period. And the
Right.
thing the conclusion I've come to is that we're going to always have some issues. The ideal is it starts with respecting one another. I've said it before, and I'm going to let it go. It's not about visitation of anybody's lodge. It's not even about recognition. It's more about respecting us as individuals and men, because
Exactly.
we're black
I
men
definitely agree.
before we are Masons. Period. And once we can get that here, the recognition and all that stuff, that's an afterthought. When we can start working together is where the picture lies. The
That's,
visitation,
I would love to see that.
well, you know what? That's hey, bro. I've reached out, I've asked, and I left it at that. You know, I'm just
There's so many things in my life, like Charlie Fisher. He was a former politician and everything. He got a little clout in Grand Lodge. I'm gonna see if we can, there's some things out here in New York State. See how we can figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Because I know a lot of internationals, as you know, a lot of internationals leaving international.
Uh-huh.
I know half a lodge, half of the chapters, the Prince Hall now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I got one brother. He trying to figure out which way to go to from his lodge from international lodge to St. John's or the master crafting number 110.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So I'm like, what you gonna do, bro?
So I'm gonna let you go, but there's a question I'm gonna answer real quick here. Somebody asked the question, "What is a white Mason?" It's a Mason who's white.
Yeah,
I'm not being comical, but it's a Mason who's white. That's a white Mason. It's
I asked him, what's a black Mason?
a Mason who's black.
Yeah, I asked him, what's a Puerto Rican Mason?
He's Puerto Rican.
What's a dumb Mason?
A Mason that's dumb and don't understand masonry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, come on, man. Tell the brother to be real, man. Come on, man. Ask a sensible question with that one, man.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. This,
man,
hey.
I had to clown a little bit in here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, put it this way. Tell him the most merciful Grand Lodge of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Everything. Because everybody around here is either ancient free, and you got a couple modern free, and all that, you know what I'm saying? So when you say Grand Lodge of New York, think of the Caucasian white lodges. Everything.
Mm-hmm. So
Go ahead.
no, I'm reading some posts, and I think this is Read Sports TV. Let me see. I think that's ERAD.
Read Sports TV.
Yeah. I'm reading his post, and he said that respect as a man should be universal, but that's not true. But I will not respect a IBC. I think that's irregular black clandestine organization. But see, here's the thing: when you say that, put that in its proper contents.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
I could read Sports TV to look up irregular and clandestine, because I read it and it says exactly what you said.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, my first question is, I understand the Grand Lodge right now. When it comes to forming the Grand Lodge, is there a charter given to the Grand Lodge of that state? You know what I'm saying? Because it says, I forgot how it was written down, but it says, each lodge gets a charter from its Grand Lodge.
Hold on just a second. Hold on for just a second. Before I get off on a whole nother subject as we are going, tonight's topic, just so if you're tuning in right now, tonight's topic is about the Freemasons and the Black Greek fraternities. And if you hear us talking about anything different, that's because more than likely we've gotten off the subject. But that is tonight's topic. And right now, we're just going and picking up.
You stole my idea when you stole my topic when you got my post.
I did, bro. I liked the post. I did. I liked the post. I did.
And see, that's why I said, where are we better at? Because see, if they watching us argue, where do they benefit from us?
Hold on just a second. Who's calling?
Burn the damn bridge.
What's up? What's up, Rock 101? Rock 101. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Okay.
All right, talk to me, Rock.
I'm just blow that mother up. Like, come on, what we talking about? Prince Hall being arrogant. You know, I mean, that's not an issue. You know,
Exactly, it's not an issue. I'm not arrogant.
It's only an issue if you don't know your stuff.
Say it again. Say it again, bro.
If you're not sure about yourself, of course you would think they're being arrogant.
Okay.
All right, but I mean, come on. You know what? I'm arrogant as an AF and AM.
Okay. Okay.
I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? I'm humble as can be. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to be arrogant. You know what I'm saying? I know my stuff. I'm humble. I try to be humble with it.
You know, I'm humble with those that are humble with me.
You do what now?
I'm humble with those that are humble with me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you know?
Now, see, I agree with you. I've seen some arrogant Prince Hall Masons. I've seen some arrogant International Freed Masons. I've seen some arrogant white Masons or Caucasian Masons for you, for EVs.
I mean, frankly, I don't recognize Prince Hall, PHA. I recognize PHO. I recognize International. I recognize Scottish Rite. I recognize AF and AM. I mean, why are we getting so crazy over Prince Hall, man? They're not even relevant anymore.
Well, it's the thing is, Rock. I know you.
Let's fuck this mug. You know, we have unity. We have unity amongst those of us who are AF and AM. You and I are both four-letter, so-called four-letter, right? You came to my 33rd degree.
I was there. I was there when you got your 33rd. Yes, sir.
We recognize one another. I recognize international brothers. They recognize us. They come to our Shriners Bowl in New Jersey. And, PHO, we recognize them. So we have unity. Just hope that they have unity amongst those of us in our community. So the hell with them.
Hold on just a second. I'm trying to get this other caller come through, but it ain't happening.
Yeah,
but go.
Yeah, yo, the other brother.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but listen. See, I recognize every brother, black, white, whatever, right? If you give me that grip, I'm gonna give it back. Okay. I'm in the Holy Royal Arch. If you give me that sign, I'm gonna throw it back.
Right.
For the second degree sign, I'm throwing it back. The Shriner, you throw it, I'm throwing it back. You know what I'm saying? Because like when it's all done and said, if I see him, I don't know him from a can of paint right now, right? But if I see him, if he in distress or I'm in distress, he get that distress call or I give it, he's gonna respond just like I'm gonna respond.
Okay.
I'm not
gonna ask that question. Is you HFE? Because if I say, okay, I can't help you.
Hey, Rock 101, what you was gonna say?
You know, I mean, I don't recognize Prince Hall.
Whoa. And why don't you recognize them?
But they don't recognize me at the organization. Now, there are individual brothers who are Prince Hall that we're cool, and we even exchange frequently intercourse. You know, we talk in New Jersey. But, you know, I know I'm not welcome in their lodge, and damn it, they're not welcome in my lodge.
Oh, okay. Okay, got you.
Yeah, so that's the point I'm talking about. See how sad that sounds, right?
Well, you know, I just started, bro.
Me and my cousin, we finished our Masons, right? And we're working with this one brother. He's an international Mason, right? And see, we're trying to build on some things in the community. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot go to his lodge, and unfortunately, he can't come to ours. But the thing is, we can still work together in the community, which we are doing.
No, we can't, bro. No, we can't. I'm not interested in working with Prince Hall. They're the ones that started this over 100 damn years ago. It's up to them to put this.
That's them, but I'm talking about here and now. I'm talking about me and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? The ones I'm working with, the ones I'm working with, that's international.
Oh, international, yeah. I'm down with working with anybody except Prince Hall, PHA.
Whoa.
That's deep. But see, that's where I'm coming from.
Because guess what?
If I reach my hand out to you, I'm sure you're not going to turn my hand away, right?
Let me ask you a question, bro. What is the difference between PHA and the neo-Nazi group and other white supremacist groups? The difference, they're all against black people.
Yeah, that is true.
They're all against people. So why would I want to link up with someone who's against black people? Prince Hall is against black people as an organization. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Prince Hall is black people. That's cool to me.
I might as well link up with a skinhead.
Ooh.
Who linked up with a skinhead?
He said that he would rather link up with a skinhead than a Prince Hall brother because he feels that they're against black people.
Yeah. So why?
All Prince Hall makers don't feel that way. That others may feel.
Well, they do because their organization feels that
No,
way.
I'm not talking on the organization. I'm talking on the individual level now. I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it from an organizational level. They belong to a black racist group. They belong to a group that's anti-black. You know, I'm talking to Prince Hall saying,
on the organization level, that's what you believe. But see, I'm talking to me on the individual level.
bro,
On the individual level,
even the ones who are individuals, bro, they belong to an organization. They belong to an organization that is against black people.
Okay, I don't see that. You see it, I don't.
Bro, what jurisdiction are you from?
New York.
Well, I'm from New York too. I'm from Most Worshipful Highland Grand Lodge in New York. But the thing is that they don't support you. They don't support me. They don't support us, bro. So why the hell we been over backwards to link up with Prince Hall?
Well, yeah.
I understand your concern, and I feel your pain about Prince Hall. But see, on the individual level, I'm not on it like that.
Well, bro, even on the individual level, them same brothers who talk about, yeah, we brothers, from Prince Hall on the individual level, they go back to their jurisdictions and they support that. They belong to Prince Hall. They're not trying to change it. They're not trying to change it, bro. They're cowards.
On one level, a lot of brothers don't know how to go about making that change.
Oh, they're cowards, man. They pay their dues. They support Prince Hall. They're cowards, man. They're not about change.
That's true. Everybody didn't like that, so everybody don't feel that way, man.
Bro, they are like that. They still belong to the organization. They still belong to the jurisdiction. That jurisdiction that is against you and against me and against Brother Hawkins and against PHO and against International, against Scottish Rite, against Moderate, against Universal, black free Masonic organization.
So look, I want to say this because the last time I had a show, it almost gotten out of control and off the subject topic. And I know we're sort of off that tonight. And I hear the passion that Brother Rock 101 speak with because of his experience and what he's come across. Right. He's speaking more so from a leadership in Prince Hall. He's not talking individually as across the board, but it's more so geared towards the leadership and what he feels is being taught from in regards to Prince Hall. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not speaking for him, but that's what I'm hearing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rock 101.
He may have some better experience. Some of the brothers, like you said, he been across some arrogant Prince Hall brothers, right?
Hold on just a second. Say what, Rock? Am I on the right course, Rock?
You're on the right course, Brother Hawkins.
Oh, okay. Now go ahead. What you was gonna say, bro?
Yeah, just like I said, I agree with what you said, and all I'm saying, so he may have came across some ignorant, arrogant Prince Hall brothers, up in his jersey, up in New York, whatever anything I say, you know what I'm saying? But everybody don't follow or understand the doctrine that he's talking about a bit right now, you know what I'm saying? See, I never heard it like that before. I just, like I said, I'm still baffled about why we don't recognize each other and brothers that look like us, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Rock said the reason that is because it started over 100 some years ago, and he's saying, why can't we get over it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd like to see us get over that.
And it's not up to us to end it because we didn't start it. Prince Hall jurisdiction started this madness. They started this, and they've been begging for white acceptance every since then. I mean, how can you? It doesn't make sense. It's self-hatred. When you can go to a man who doesn't look like you and beg him for acceptance, and you can't even accept your own. Come on, man. They are 21st century slaves.
Ooh.
They're house niggers.
Mm.
None of the house niggas, they still niggers. Come on, I hate to get raw like that, but like this.
Okay. Well, it's not about being raw. It's actually about speaking the truth. Whether I agree with you or not, it's true.
Like, he's making a good point, but see, like, now, I want to see this change, you know what I'm saying? Because, see, like, I want to see us recognize a brother that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I will reach out. If I reach out to him, because me and my cousin, we work out with a brother now that's international. You know what I'm saying? Him and his boyfriend master, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Out in the community, you know what I'm saying? But, like, see, like, if we can go and talk to our grandmasters on the Prince Hall level and try to make this change, I'm willing to do it. That's what you do. I'm willing to talk to my brother here.
It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen because even though that they are state grand lodges under Prince Hall, they belong to the same organization. If they start having fraternal relations with non-Prince Hall Masons who are black, they're going to be thrown out their organization, man. They're not going to risk that. They're not going to risk that. They're not going to do it, man.
Wow.
You know, like, it's like when they had every year they had the conference of Grand Masters
in New Jersey. You talking about the organization in New Jersey?
I guess I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they meet every year at different locations.
Yeah. Well, there's a group in New Jersey, and I'm gonna tell you about that bullshit group in New Jersey. Yeah, Prince Hall is part of it. Yes, there are 4 other grand lodges that belong to it. Yes, International belongs to it. But when they have marches, Prince Hall doesn't even regale.
Wow.
That's why my old jurisdiction in New Jersey, I said if we ever join that organization, I would quit. I would quit Freemasonry or go to another jurisdiction.
Wow.
How did that? They marched together. They marched together in Irvington a few years ago. Irvington, New Jersey, right past my lodge in Irvington.
Mm-hmm.
And those Negroes did not even regale.
Wow.
They didn't regale. And guess what? The only time they come together is when they have that bullshit meeting.
So there's in New York, there's a parade where all the Masonic organizations are supposed to regale, and you saying that Prince Hall doesn't regale?
No, I don't know about New York because I never participated, but I know in New Jersey, that happened in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And even my Grand Lodge in New York, I don't think we even bothered with that.
Mm.
I am Grand Lodge, to the best of my knowledge, is not even part of that type of bullshit.
Ooh.
It's bullshit. I mean, come on, these guys don't even have respect.
So tell me this here. There's a question that was posted, and it says, what does it really mean to be accepted, free and accepted by whom? What does it really mean? What does all that really mean?
It means that you can join, you can link up and visit and have visitation, you know, like anciently as we're supposed to. We practice the ancient landmarks. Prince Hall doesn't. Prince Hall, their Freemasonry starts and ends over in England. They're subjects. They're subjects of the Queen over there. I don't want to be a damn subject.
Woohoo!
You know, the white man tell them to jump over in England, they jump. They've been begging this white man for recognition, and they still don't have all the recognition they've been begging for in America. There are still state grand lodges that don't recognize Prince Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not Prince Hall, Freemasonry is universal. Brother Hawkins, you travel all over the world. We've had discussions. We know that Freemasonry is international. It doesn't start and end in England or America.
Right.
Freemasonry is too big to be contained on continents. Universal.
I will agree that Freemasonry is definitely universal. It is definitely that.
And in New Jersey, every Prince Hall Mason that I ran across, friends and associates, they ask the same damn question: how long you been a Mason? That's the extent of their knowledge. I asked a brother who's a co-worker, who's a sublime prince. I asked him, what was the recovered word, the lost word?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a Scottish Rite Mason. You know,
Uh-huh.
they don't, I said, what's this word? Like, they don't know. He doesn't know anything. I was in Washington D.C. last week. I ran across a white Mason at a conference. I asked him some questions. He didn't know anything, but he recognized me.
Uh-huh.
And we even had dinner, and we spoke about Masonry. But Prince Hall, that never happened. And someone posed the question, what is that principle that we don't have?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same damn thing. The rituals might say thou and thee and all this other stuff, but it's the same damn thing. The signs and tokens are the same. They're universal symbols.
Mm-hmm.
So when Prince Hall puts this to bed, then I'll think about accepting their clandestine organization.
Well,
What I would like to see is all Black Masonic organizations that are not Prince Hall put out something saying we no longer recognize Prince Hall affiliate. How about that? How about we get the Grand Masters in our different jurisdictions to do that?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wild moment. And I'm gonna tell you this here, Rock. I'm gonna answer your question. The reason they won't do that is because they consider Prince Hall to be our brothers. I'm just letting you know, most General Grand Masonic Congresses, presidents, and most Grand Masters of the ancient free and accepted Masons will not do it because they consider Prince Hall our brothers, our kinsmen. They do. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of us may feel a little different, but they do.
Let me ask you a question. How many times do I have to slap you in your face until you say enough is enough?
Well, I'm going to say this. For me, one time. However, most of our leaders of these of the 5 General Grand Masonic Congresses in the various Grand Lodges, most of them have a negative mentality of forgiveness. That is, when something terrible happens to you, you always forgive. If you ever notice when something happens to a black man or woman in this country, tragic, they always ask, do you forgive them? They never ask no other group of people that but us. And we have that mentality. And it's sad. And it keeps us in a bad state.
Well, that's because we worship a slave religion.
Well,
I don't worship a slave religion. I took the red pill.
That's it. We still got that slave mentality. We still got that separation.
Okay. We have a slave religion.
That nigga mentality that we got right now. See, you turned your back on me because of the organization that I belong to. You said you wouldn't shake my hand because I'm Prince Hall. I don't feel the way the whole organization feels. You know what I'm saying? You taught me something new about my organization, okay? But see, if I can shake a white Mason's hand and call him my brother, I can call a black brother my brother, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that we should recognize one another, even though and settle our differences, you know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. Like those young boys, you know, with those Greek letters.
I recognize a brother.
They emulate us, you know what I'm saying?
I recognize a brother who recognizes me. I know that I can't go visit so-called state Grand Lodges. And frankly,
now, with that being said, we can't get into the lodges, though, right? Why can't we call each other brothers?
No, but the thing is that on an individual level, I can call you a brother. But I don't recognize state Grand Lodges either.
But you just said you wouldn't shake my hand about 20 minutes ago or so.
No. If a brother recognizes me,
work with me. I'm sorry, work with me.
If a brother recognizes me, I'm going to recognize him. But I don't
I'm going to go back with
recognize
you. Like you said, you just said a few minutes ago that you won't work with me because I'm Prince Hall. That's that nigga mentality that this brother talking about right now.
I'm not going to work with you because you can't work with me as an organization. You can't work with me as an organization. I can work with you as an organization because my Grand Lodge accepts you. But your Grand Lodge doesn't accept me as a Prince Hall. So hell no, I can't work with you. And you know damn well you can't work with me and represent yourself as a Prince Hall Mason. Or you'll be going. Let's keep it real.
Okay, but see now, but we can still work out. We still can work together, even though we can just take our stuff, our gloves off, take our aprons off.
How are you gonna do that? Oh, yeah, but you can work with anybody.
Come on, they can't. Now, if I came to your jurisdiction, work with you on some in the community, they can't kick me out because I don't have my apron on. I don't have my gloves on.
Bro, but we're talking about Freemasonry.
I know, we're talking about Freemasonry. We're talking about Masons working in the community. We ain't talking about on an organization level, on an open lodge, or in the community. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about right now. Me and you, in your neighborhood.
I'm talking about
Picking up trash, taking all
hungry people.
Hey, on one at a time, because you guys going back and forth, and
You know, as a Prince Hall Masons cannot do things in the community with either state grant. They can work with state grant lodges, but they cannot work with non-PHA or non-state, so-called state grant lodges. They can't do it.
That's not true, bro. Because I know a couple of years ago, my Muslim master, him and the international lodge did something. They said they said the senior citizen. They fed them lunch at the senior citizen center over here in Buffalo.
Okay.
It's not true. They wasn't regaled and everything. They took whoever took their jewelry off, took the jewels off everything. They said it. They said it as a community. There was a bunch of Masons and Eastern Stars, but they wasn't regaled.
Hey, now check this out.
And you're Prince Hall?
Prince Hall International.
Oh.
No, bro. You're not PHA. I'm talking about PHA. I'm not talking about international. We do things. We support international.
No. I'm Prince Hall. My Muslim master was the Prince Hall Lodge St. John. Our lodge and the international lodge got together and fed lunch to the senior citizens at this one nursing home.
And it was a Masonic event. It was advertised as a Masonic event.
It was a Masonic event, but the brothers and sisters from both grand jurisdictions was a part of it.
That's what I'm talking about, though, bro.
Hey, you know what's funny? You want to really listen to both of you guys? You really want to know what's funny? Is the mere fact that we could never go to church together and sit in church with regalia on.
And that's a sad fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a sad fact.
If this is, I believe, hear me, Rock, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is what you're saying. It's not about necessarily the visitation of a lodge. You're saying this brother has just said that we couldn't be in the same area with Masonic regalia on.
Right.
And so in saying that means we could never really go to church together. And isn't that some of the thing? Isn't that one of the things that's supposed to bring us together?
I mean, the thing is that if we're Freemasons, why can't we have free Masonic intercourse, relationships, discussions, jurisdictionally? I'm not talking about individuals. I have family members who are Prince Hall. I recognize them as my family members. I don't recognize them as Masons. Not interested in recognizing them as Masons. I don't recognize them from a jurisdictional perspective.
See, I read that somewhere. Somebody said that before, so I forgot where I heard that at. You know what I'm saying? But see, again, what Brother Hawkins said, that's that nigga attitude that we got as brothers against each other.
I don't know.
I don't see. When you joined this grand line, when you joined your grand line and I joined mine, I didn't know all this was going on like that. I was surprised about the separatism that was going on there, but see all this other that we going through right now. I don't understand what's going on. I don't accept it.
Hold on. We can't hear both of you guys going back and forth at the same time.
I didn't fire the first shot. I didn't start this. So it's not up to me to end this.
It's up to us to end this, you know what I'm saying? Because we can start now, you know what I'm saying? But see, you said earlier you won't work with me because I'm Prince Hall. But see, I'm working with international right now in the community. We're trying to save the boys in Buffalo. In the process, where we run a youth center over there, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, so you belong to Prince Hall in New York State.
I'm in Prince Hall, but we don't wear. The only thing we wear to begin with, he wear his shirt, I wear my shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Do you recognize the most worshipful Highland Grand Lodge has been in existence in New York State, founded by John D. Since 1908?
What the international joint?
No, you don't recognize us. We're on West 124th Street. We've been there since 1908. Been in existence.
I'm not familiar with that. I don't live up in New York. I'm in Western New York. I'm like 800 miles away.
Well, guess what? We're having our convention in Buffalo, so maybe we should, sit down and have a cigar.
Hilton Hotel?
Yeah. We're having it in August.
Take my number down. 716.
Hold up. Let me get a pen.
So after you guys get through talking, we're gonna clear both phone lines because I'm quite sure that other wants to call in.
Let me get my number 21st real fast, all right?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all exchange numbers.
716.
716. 136.
0471.
What's the last four?
0471.
0471.
Yes, sir.
716-136-0471. All right, I'm gonna text you my number.
716-436-0471. 136,
136, right?
Look, here it come right now. 10, 4, 6.
Oh, are you posting your phone number?
Yeah, you see it right there?
It'll be coming up.
Yeah, I know we got that delay.
Yeah, it's up.
All right, I got it. So I'm gonna text you my number.
All right, so yeah, both of y'all can hang up, and I'll talk to you later, Brother Rock 101.
All right, man.
Peace and be well.
100%
Yeah,
proud.
brother, I'm gonna talk to you about that 90.
Okay, we can talk. Hey, as a matter of fact, you could talk to Rock 101 about that, cause he's in there. He's a part of the Memphis Rights.
I'm gonna get we can talk tomorrow. I'm gonna because like they said,
No,
it's not up here, but you know it's on the web. East Coast.
I can't go to
I miss that California sunshine, man.
All right. So look, brothers, I appreciate you calling in, and yeah, give me another call back, brother.
All right, good
All
talking
right,
to
I
you.
will. We can talk some more now. We can talk some more stuff, man.
All right, then.
Peace.
Okay,
Peace.
my brother, you take it easy, Rock.
All right, you too, man. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right. Hey, I want to thank y'all for calling in tonight's show, but I want to holler at Project Manager. You know, Project Manager stated that this thing Freemasonry called legitimate organization, neither International, Modern Free, John G. Jones, nor any other Grand Lodge outside of the Grand Lodge Estate and Prince Hall Grand Lodge Estate are legitimate. I want you to call in, bruh. I want you to back that up. And we can have that conversation. I can prove you wrong on that. Oh yeah, we can have that conversation. Because you just got to realize it was just 30 or 40 years ago, not even 40, less than 30 years ago, that the Grand Lodges of State, for the ones that are available now, has just said, hey, you know what, we will recognize Prince Hall Grand Lodge. And they had to then redo their constitution in order to make that happen, because all Grand Lodges of State believed in territorial and jurisdictional rights. Period. They believed that there was only one Grand Lodge of State, and it was their Grand Lodge. Now, I will say this. There's always been a time where the various Grand Lodges of State has allowed Black Masons to visit. And there's been time where white Masons have visited Black Lodges. That has happened individually. But as far as Grand Lodges of State recognizing PHA, they had to make some changes to their constitution in order to make that happen. That's just a fact. Now, Project Manager, if you want to call in and discuss that, you're certainly welcome to do so. The phone number is 619-286-0642. That line is now open, 619-286-0642, Project Manager. Also, Brother Maddox, you can now call in. And we can have your conversation in regards to what happened to you. I know me and you talked about that, and that was some funny stuff. Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Who am I speaking with?
You are speaking with Eldridge Walker, also known as Devontae Walker from Tula Home Ballard 241 under King Harmon. Aaron, like I said it correctly.
King Harem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
I was going back to what the two guys were talking about.
Uh-huh.
They were trying to eliminate the lodges and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you first get in and everything, you are obligated to show brotherly love to any brother or any sister that's part of Masonry, anything dealing with that organization. Am I correct?
Okay.
Alright, so if you're trying to take something out away from the brothers, if you're trying to take something away from them, that's like you trying to take maybe something. Even though they probably ain't gonna recognize them at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as brothers and sisters still got to show them brotherly love at the end of the day. You know, ain't no point of sitting there arguing and bickering about it, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new with it, but I got a lot of family members that in it.
Mhm.
And so I kind of got they tell it. But like when you trying to take something away, why trying to take something away? Instead of taking it away, we should just get together and try to get it back to where it needed to be at. Ain't no point in trying to tear down the bridge.
Mhm.
If you see a bridge is kind that needs up building, you get some materials and get the supplies and build it back up to where it needs to be at.
Mhm.
Instead of trying to sit there and downgrade the bridge. It's the same thing. It's like a car. When your car messes up, go to the parts, go get your parts.
Mhm.
Same thing with this. If you see something going down, you get a group of brothers together and we try to build it back up.
Okay. Now, I like what you're saying, but I'm not to cut you off, and I'm gonna answer a couple of questions real quick in regards to some of the posts that I've been reading. Patrick, don't most Masons accept African Masonry? It depends on where you're at, Patrick, and that's the truth. It depends on where you're at when in regards to African Masonry. And when you speak of African Masonry, because there are several jurisdictions of Black Masons, you would probably have to be more specific. But I would just say it depends on where you're at. And to answer this question in regards to New Era King, why can't we discuss did John G. Jones break his obligation / oath? And I said yes, we can, and we will discuss that also. Also, going back to project manager as far as John G. Jones starting anything. John G. Jones himself has never started a Grand Lodge or anything by himself. That's just the fact of the matter. As a matter of fact, I have some documents that a brother sent to me just a couple of days ago on John G. Jones' expulsion. Now, in these documents, and I will share them with you, if you are my Facebook friend and you have Messenger, I will forward you the information that was sent to me because it was sent to me through Messenger. So in this information that I have, it clearly states that John G. Jones was expelled. It says that. However, it says that he was expelled, and when he was brought up on charges, he was already expelled. How can you bring a person up on Masonic charges when he's already expelled? And how can two Grand Lodges expel an individual? So, did they have dual membership back then? I don't know if they did or did not. But what I do know, according to the information that was sent to me, and this is from a Prince Hall brother, he was expelled. At the time he was expelled, he was brought up on charges. You can't bring up a brother who's already expelled up on Masonic charges. You can't do it. He's no longer a part of your jurisdiction. You can say whatever you want to say. If you expel a brother from your jurisdiction and he goes and there are other brothers who are willing to accept him into their jurisdiction, they can do it. They can do it. No doubt about it. So we can debate this. We can go back and forth until the sky open up. The problem that we have now is the mere fact we're looking at 135 years of John G. Jones being expelled or suspended. What we're getting and what I'm understanding from a lot of the posts is that you would rather on a Grand Lodge scale say it's okay for the Grand Lodge of State to say what they have said about you, and you would rather sweep that under the rug and say that's okay now that you accept us. And this was what 101 was saying. He's saying that you would rather accept how somebody has mistreated you for over 200 years and to deal with your own black brother. That's clearly what he's saying. Now, if he's saying something different, he can call back in and say, Brother Hawkins, that's not what I'm saying. And I will hear him out. But from talking with him, he's clearly saying that. And a lot of you have said the same thing. And this is the issue that we have. And this is, we have detoured from the original subject title for tonight's show. But this is something that we're going to have to talk about and get it over with. Because like somebody said, a house divided won't last long. And we're sitting at dinner tables knowing that my brother is a Mason, and because he's this and I'm that, we can't even talk. We don't even want to have a conversation. I don't understand that. That is the nigga mentality right there. And you've heard me say it again. So I'm gonna tell you this. We've been on here 140. My next show is going to be about this. I'm going to do a series. I'm going to do a series on this particular topic right here. And it's going to be on the 3 types of masonry. European masonry, British masonry, European masonry, mainstream masonry, and Negro masonry. That's going to be a series that I'm going to do because we need to have the conversation. The think tank don't want to have the conversation. The round table don't want to have the conversation. Most Masonic YouTube channels don't want to have the conversation, but damn it, we're going to have the conversation if you really want to have it. And we're not going to be slinging mud when we have the conversation. This is a building concept. And if you can't accept that, then you need not to watch this channel because on here, we're not about tearing anybody down. We're about actually building each other up. And there's a lot of hurt amongst Masons, especially the Black Masons. There's a lot of hurt. And there's a lot of pain. And if we don't discuss this thing, it's going to be like this until the next generation comes along. And it doesn't make no sense at all. It doesn't. Now, brother, you can continue. I had to say that. Go ahead.
You good. You good, brother. You cleared out. You cleared up everything for me and another brother another brother, Chris Curtis, from out there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Me and him been talking ever since me and him met at a district conference. And me and him were just talking about this. We supposed to unite as all as one.
Mm-hmm.
So, we see one person, it's in our obligation and in our book. If you see a brother down, you pick the brother back up.
Mm-hmm.
How the older Masons do it. That's how the newer, that's how the generation that's in it now, that's what they should start doing instead of, okay, we see a brother down, we gonna down versus him, talk about him, different things like that. No. We're supposed to sit there and build that brother back up.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to downgrade no brother. We ain't downgrade no brother, no sister, nobody. We're supposed to look at everybody up on the level.
That's right. And I'm going to answer this question for project manager who won't call in, but he keeps posting, and that's cool. A Grand Lodge must have undisputed authority over the craft. I agree. And I would say that in regards to my Grand Lodge, that is true. And Freemason within its jurisdiction and not be subject to any way or share powers with any other Masonic jurisdiction. Well, project manager, let me tell you this here. The Grand Lodge of State shares power with PHA in the fact that they share territory. Okay? Have an understanding. Now, in your post, you says a Grand Lodge must have undisputed authority over the craft or basic Freemason within its jurisdiction and not be subject to any way or share power with any other Masonic body. I'm telling you now, Grand Lodge of State shares the state with Prince Hall. That's how they was able to recognize each other. So when you share state, you share power. Simple as that. Now I understand the jurisdictional thing. One is predominantly white, one is predominantly black. I got that. But this is what we have to deal with. Okay? If you really want to have that conversation, call in 619-286-0642. And if you can't get through, you let me know that you're trying to call in and we can have that conversation. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, like and then basically we just have to just stop everything. So we supposed to be together all at once. That's how the older Masons do. You don't see no 3-letter and 4-letter arguing with each other. Like I got a homeboy. We grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
He a 3-letter, I'm a 4-letter.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, he look at me like a regular brother. I look at him like a regular brother. But like talk on the phone about it, different stuff like that. And, we just keep it cool. I know a lot of folks, a pretty lot of, they call the folk letters Black Klansmen. Y'all, they saying that we ain't real. At the end of the
well, in
all
saying,
has to do the same stuff as we
okay, now in saying that we are not real, or this Grand Lodge or jurisdiction is not real, let's take a look at this here. Project Manager. The number of bogus Grand Lodges recognized by a legitimate Grand. Who decides who's legitimate? Project Manager? Who makes that subject? Who says who is legitimate? A Grand Lodge says who's legitimate. That's the same thing Rock 101 said. He said that his Grand Lodge does not recognize the Grand Lodge estate. He said that. So in his eyes, the Grand Lodge estate is illegitimate. They're bogus in his eyes. So the same thing goes. There's a two-way street, Project Manager. If you want to have the conversation, please call in. Thank you. Go ahead, brother.
all right. Now, when you get your scroll and everything, what your scroll says, this all free Masons. And I'm correct.
Right.
So why can't the brothers accept our brothers? You already breaking some of the rules that we got.
Mm-hmm.
So this case then, like you were saying, and when you come in, you leave out as a man. So you still got this mentality. Ain't no point. You still got a boy mind state. So why you trying to join in and you got a boy mind state?
Mm-hmm.
So, the whole thing, the whole part of the business is taking boys and turning them into men and everything. Like the same thing with Easter, they're taking girls and turning them into women. We bigger than, it was designed to build, to make African Americans and white lives more better for everything.
Hey, so look, we've been on, I'm gonna cut you short, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I appreciate you calling in, but we've been on here for quite a while tonight. I want to just say and thank everybody for calling in, and I appreciate you. But my next show, the next show is going to be Friday. Today is Wednesday. The next show is Friday. Please tune in. We're going to talk about the subject of three types of Masons. We're talking about European Masonry. We're talking about mainstream Masonry. We're going to talk about Negro Masonry. And I'm going to do a series on that because people don't want to really have a discussion. They don't really want to talk factual things. They want to hide behind their computers. They want to type. They don't want to call into the show. I like some of the posters that they make, but they don't want to call in. I don't know what you're hiding or who you're hiding from or why you're hiding and why you won't call in, Project Manager. I'm just saying, make it do what it do, baby. However, at this time, we're going to close out tonight. And as always, I'm going to remember my brothers and sisters as I kneel down to say a prayer tonight. And I hope you do the same. So until we see each other, until we meet, until we greet, I'm going to say, keep your light on. And you know what? Stay out them bushes. Respect, peace, and joy. Thank you, Malcolm Prophet. I hope you got something from tonight's topic. We did get off the subject, but it's a subject that we had to get off of, I would imagine. And there needs to be some serious communication because it seems that we always go back to that old topic, which I think Brother Jackson said we should no longer talk about that. That's old. The John G. Jones PH, that's an old thing. If you're going to do anything about it, do it. If you're not, just be quiet. If you don't have a plan and your grandmaster state don't want to talk about it, whatever, let's not do that to ourselves. Let's not, because it's old. All right? So until next time, to everyone, peace and be well and stay out the bushes. I'm out. Hey, brother.